Did you all know that Adam gets a 10-cent royalty every time that gets played? My thing froze up. Are we there? Hello? Sorry about that. My screen froze up just as we started here. I was making fun of Adam for being the star of that video. Welcome everyone to the July Release Super 20 giveaway. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on Adam and Carrie. There's Adam. And we also have a couple of our state reps. We got Don from Mississippi. Hey, Don.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Don.
And we got Captain Scotty from North Carolina.
What's up, Scotty?
Good to see you guys. This seems like our monthly catch-up. We haven't had a chance to get together too much recently, but hope everyone's doing well. We're anticipating a big rain event here in Charleston next few days from the storm, but hopefully our friends in the Panhandle of Florida are going to be all right. I guess we're talking like a Category 2 that thing's going to be now. It's crazy.
I see they're giving y'all 10 to 12 inches of what they show on the station.
That's going to be a lot. Hopefully they're wrong.
Well, you know that 1,000-year storm was 12 inches for 2 days in a row, 24 inches, and my little cabin had 9.5 inches of water in it. So I'm hoping, of course, they haven't lifted it yet, so I'm hoping that we don't get something that just settles in. And
was that this from the storm surge, Gary?
It was from that 1,000-year storm. Was that?
Yeah, but the literal creek was that high?
Yeah.
Wow.
That little creek right here came 9.5 inches into my cabin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't have that.
No, I don't think we will.
But anyway, how you guys doing? So,
I've got my daughter, my son-in-law, and the 2 granddaughters. They're coming in on Monday and leaving Saturday.
Well, my sister-in-law, husband, and 3 kids showed up just about an hour ago.
Oh gosh!
It's like, man, it's their vacation. This is their vacation, so
yeah, that's what it's their vacation too. In fact, my son-in-law, my wife was talking to one of the granddaughters this morning, and my son-in-law said, "Hey, you think we'll be able to get some fishing in?" And Pam goes, "Have you not looked at the weather?" And neither one of them had.
Yeah.
So they didn't know hurricanes were coming in. So
yeah, our guests they're looking forward to the boat trip, and we do that every year. Take them on a fishing trip and all that. So, but they're here till next Monday, so we might get a chance to go next weekend.
Hopefully, maybe something early.
Usually, after these things go through, the weather's beautiful.
Yeah.
But 12 inches of rain is 12 inches of rain. There's going to be a lot of flooding. So,
yeah,
there might be like houses floating down the river. For all we know. What's going on, Scotty? How you been, man?
Pretty good.
Running trips?
I've done for Release Over 20, and we got the Disabled Outdoor Tournament coming up in September.
Nice. Well, whatever you're doing with the captain's program is paying dividends because it's growing. I love to see it.
Seems like every month our top person keeps setting the standard higher and higher.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Great job with it.
I don't know if July will be beat though.
Well, we'll talk about July, but for being the dog days of summer, it was a hell of a good month with lots of entries, even for like sheepshead and flounder, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and how about you, Don? What's going on with you?
Just hotter than heck down here, man.
Yeah.
We went and fished yesterday, and the surface water temp was 92.3.
Holy cow!
Wow. You got to get them early or get them really late in the afternoon, and because in the middle of the day, man, they're almost non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
You can get out in some deeper water and find a lot of small fry trout, mostly trout's what we targeting right now anyway, but. We went and tried a new area yesterday, and actually we got on some pompano. And,
that's cool.
It was really, there was quite a few of them around. We didn't have the right gear to fish exactly for those fish, but we did manage to hook a couple.
Uh-huh. He's in the house. Do you see that?
Huh?
Lee, hey Lee,
What's going on, Lee? We also got Ashley.
hi
Hey, Ashley.
Ashley.
I'm going to embarrass Ashley here in a little bit, so stay tuned, Ashley.
She's gone.
No, Scotty. See, Scotty's already talking trash. Please leave us comments if you're watching, and we'll get to them. But yeah, regarding like the hot water, I thought we were hot. We have like 88, I think, in the harbor, which I can't remember it being that hot. Real hot weather we've had too, Don.
Well, this
In
was
fact,
out at the islands. I mean, this is off the mainland by
Man.
12 miles out in the Gulf, and around those islands, we was in 5.5 feet of water, and the surface temp was 92. I couldn't believe it.
Man, that's crazy.
And for the next 4 days, they give 100, 102, 100, and 100 as the highs for the next 4 days.
Wow. Yeah, that's hot.
You guys need a hurricane to cool things down.
Yeah, that's actually going to help us.
It's really hard to fish. You know, you can't only bear it during the middle of the day. I mean, you either got to wade fish, you got to get in the water, or you got to jump overboard and cool yourself down, or it's early morning and late afternoon. But it's definitely a challenge. It'll test your endurance trying to fish during the middle part of the day.
Yeah.
Need to get you.
Go ahead.
Get you an icy breeze air conditioner, portable air conditioner.
Those work good.
They're
We
pretty
can't
good.
all be retired like you, Scotty, and have all the money. It's good. The Adam and Carrie know this, but like a few weeks ago, I was on a pretty good topwater bite, and I caught a nice over 20. And like I usually do, I put it in my release well, and checked on it 15 minutes later. It was dead as a doornail, and I was like, I'm just going to leave these fish alone for the month of August. I'll start fishing for trout again in September. But, when it gets this hot, I don't know. Maybe it's different in different parts of the country, but with our big tides, I feel like these fish with the low oxygen in the water, our fish are like teetering on the brink to begin with, and then you catch them, and it really makes them puts them over the edge pretty quick, I think. Because, I think doing what I do is probably beyond what most people do, like as far as putting it right in a live well, and still didn't survive. So it kind of sucked, but you know what? That's fishing, and it's like it happens. But I'm just gonna leave them alone. I've been bowfin fishing in the meantime. People gonna make fun of me, but anyway. Have you noticed any fish like are they doing okay in the 90-degree water, Don?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fish still being caught. A lot of people fishing with live bait right now, and live bait guys are doing way better than the artificial guys.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely a stress on the fish. You fight one pretty hard, and I'm like you. I like to throw them in a live well and let them try to rejuvenate a little bit. But with water temps like that, they're not getting very much oxygen out of that aerator system. So it's probably best just to do what you need to do with them, tag them, weigh them, do whatever you're going to do, and get them right back in the water as quick as you can.
That's a good discussion, because I, as you can imagine, I'm second guessing myself a lot about what would I have done different. And I don't know if maybe not putting them in the live well, but just letting it back in the water so that it could maybe find its way to deeper water where it might be cooler. Like, would that have helped? Or would putting like an ice pack in my release well to cool the water down, would that help? Or even getting that solution that sort of helps that they use in redfish tournaments, put some of that in there. I don't know.
I don't know if that would work or not with that water temp as high as it is. It just seems like if you put ice in there, that's going to be gone in just a flash. And you got water coming in. If you recirculate, and you got fresh water coming in all the time, and water flowing out. But so your cool water wouldn't last very long. But I don't use very much of those additives, like some oxygen or whatever. I know they make some mixes that can go in your live well, and I guess that's if you've truly got a release well, not just a live well. So I don't know. I don't know about that, but I think the best thing to do is get them back in the water as quick as you can.
Probably right.
And let Mother Nature take its course.
I'm going to say this, and I know, David, that this doesn't apply to you with that fish, but I think it's important to know because Adam knows that I like to fish really light, super light, as light as I can fish in the wintertime and in the spring, maybe in the fall. But in the summertime, I will not fish light. In fact, it's not even as much fun for me to go out in the summertime because I'm going to beef up because I want those fish in a hurry because I don't want sharks to get them. And I don't want to play them out, until they have no energy left. So, and it doesn't matter if it's a trout or a redfish or whatever. In Adam's case, what'd you catch the other day, Adam?
Stingray.
Stingray took him 17 minutes to get it in. But the point that I'm making is it's important to go a little bit heavier in the summertime, get those fish in and get them back in the water. I'm just saying that for our listeners. I know we all know that, but
No, you're totally right.
Sometimes a fish is just not going to make it. I mean,
That's true too.
You're fishing like a 1/16 or a 1/8 ounce jig head with a 3 or 4 inch bait. A good trout's going to inhale that thing, and in the summer they're so aggressive on the strike, they inhale that thing and it gets right in their throat. And sometimes, I had to keep a 19-inch one the other day because it was not going to live.
Mm-hmm.
So it just happens, that's part of that mortality rate that they figure in when they do all their research and everything. So can't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah,
going to be mortality, and it's just one of those things, like you said, that's fishing.
Don, we had a Adam and I were out fishing the other day, and we had one that inhaled, and I'm telling you, it was right at 14 inches, which is our minimum for a trout. We knew it wasn't going to live. So, and we had a guy that wanted to keep 3 trout for his family. So we put that in the live well. Of course, it was dead when we got back, but had it on ice, and the game warden showed up at the dock or at the parking lot and wanted to know if we kept any fish. I said, yeah, we've got some. And I said, we got one that's not, I said, it's not short, but I said it was borderline, but I said we did hook it deep and we knew it was going to die. And he put it on his board, and he's like, boys, he said, this is a little bit short. But he goes, I tell you what, he said, it probably wasn't whenever you caught it. He said they will shrink up. And it was like 13 7/8 or whatever.
Yeah.
What we find down here is if you catch a fish, ours is 15 inches. If you catch a fish and he touches 15 and he dies, he's going to lose almost a quarter of an inch.
Really?
So you try to keep him 15 and a quarter, because if he dies, I'm telling you, he's going to lose almost a quarter of an inch sometimes. Just by dying and shrinking up. You put him on ice and they cool down and they shrink up a little bit.
Expand, contract. Yeah.
The game wardens, they got boards too, and they will check them and they'll put them on there. But if you close, they like that guy, they pretty lenient with that. He barely don't make it, but he probably was when you caught him. So, which is a good thing. They need to be a little bit, especially this time of the year when you're just throwing the fish back over and, feeding the crabs or the porpoises or who knows what.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we're really seeing a lot right now. There's a lot of sharks in the shallows. Man, I was fishing 2 or 3 days ago, me and my son, and we was on outside one of the Barry Islands, and those bull sharks was all over the beach. I mean, you couldn't make a drift without seeing 5, 6, 7 of them in 300 or 400 yards.
Wow.
You're just cruising those shallows.
Bull sharks, huh? Are you worried about wading?
I don't wade this time of the year because the other thing about wading down here this time of the year is there's been like 13 cases of Vibrio vulnificus reported in the last month, and one guy was in the hospital for a year with it, and he died the other day, and they said he died of a heart attack. But he was
Wow.
in the hospital for a year fighting Vibrio.
Don't get that.
And then we got another guy. He's a live bait guy. He catches live bait for the bait shops. He's got it. And he wasn't even shrimping. He was messing with his trawl and his rigging and everything. And he got a scratch on him. And next thing you know, he had Vibrio. And he's out of commission right now fighting Vibrio.
Man. Well, be careful, man.
Yeah, this time of the year when the water temps get up like that and the water gets stagnant a little bit, it's bad.
That's my man, Ray. Hey, Ray. Yeah, so one thing that we've been doing because of the hot water and just giving the fish a break is fishing for bowfin, which is actually really fun. We have a couple lakes about an hour from here that are chock full of those things. And catching them on artificial is it's pretty challenging. And I fished a kayak tournament. Well, actually, Adam and I won. Had a pretty good day. We caught a bunch of fish, variety of stuff. We had 5 species. And Adam, what did you think about it?
No, it was fun. Definitely.
He thought I was going to murder him.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the middle of nowhere. And if I was going to murder him, that would have been the place.
Wouldn't that be ironic that Adam ends up in 1 gallon Ziploc bags instead of me?
That's what you told him on the video. I think he thinks I'm going to murder him.
Yeah.
You should have seen this place. There was no markings, almost no civilization, no stores, no nothing.
Hey, Alex.
No cell signal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, yeah. Seriously, there's no reception out there, man. You got to drive 7-8 miles to get a couple bars.
Yeah.
But anyway, I fished a kayak tournament yesterday for the first time, and it was at that Bowfin Lake, and Alex, he was there. So a lot of fun. 63 kayaks, and lots of swearing and cussing as people are missing fish because those things have a bony mouth, man, and you just can't get your hook to stay. And it's like, oh, you got a big one. You go to get the net, and it pops off, and it's like, son of a! You hear those people just like screaming and yelling. It's so funny. But anyway, it was a good time. Those things gulp air, so they can handle the heat. They don't care if they're like 400 million years of evolution or something like that. So prehistoric things. So yeah, good discussion, guys. I'm going to bring up our presentation. And one thing I wanted to mention is that I just finished a class that was a nonprofit sort of cohort of different local nonprofits. In the facility in the background is a place called Ripple, which is we're a member of, and it's pretty cool. It's like a nonprofit incubator, and as you can see, it's like really, really nice. That room in the background is where we usually have our board meetings, and it costs us nothing. It's just all by wealthy gentleman in Charleston who just wants to do good things for nonprofits. So we're really, really grateful to be involved with Ripple. And then these two women have their own nonprofit called Shared City, and what their role is to sort of connect different nonprofits and help them to work together. And this class was kind of like a whole bunch of different speakers talking about things to help us get our base, our sort of ducks in a row, so that we're poised for growth and success. So it was really good. I learned a lot. We're going to be working on a bunch of stuff as a board coming up. So just wanted to mention that it was a really good experience. Okay, time to embarrass Ashley. So this is Ashley. Ashley is our new social media. And she's doing a great job. If you've watched our Instagram, you've probably noticed a step change improvement. And the look is consistent. It's information starting to get out there, a lot more educational stuff. lot more interaction, and what a breath of fresh air. So Ashley, thank you so much. She's doing a great job. If you have any suggestions for us or anything, just let us know. She's going to be posting a bunch more stuff soon. And we're kind of working off now an actual calendar where we have a plan. It's the first time for us. Imagine that. So great add to our team, and we're grateful for Ashley's help.
Already hearing good stuff too.
All right, Ashley, thank you so much. Scotty, you want to talk about our top guys?
So Gunny B, he's here out of North Carolina, runs out of Swansboro and the Neuse River up out of New Bern. Called him out after last month after having South Carolina lead all three, and he stepped up and killed it.
Yeah, love to see it.
Yeah.
And we have Jimmy's in second, right? He's our former winner a couple months, right?
Yeah, he's I think 3, and then he lost last month to Fine Catch, and then coming second behind Gunny B this month.
Yeah. And do you know where Captain Crumbs is out of?
I want to say he's out of South Carolina.
Is he? Okay. It's a new one for me, but glad to see it. South Carolina. Second and third, doing good.
I had 21. I still wasn't even top 5. So
step it up, Scotty. Come on, man.
That's good.
and just like maybe 2 weeks of the month. That was
Okay, Ashley says he's from Myrtle Beach. So, I think I do remember someone local had said, "Hey, there's Captain Crumb." I think it was someone out of Myrtle's Inlet. So, I think you're right, Ashley. Yeah. So, I love to see that. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit of competition going, which is, I think, really it's just motivating people to participate. And I think hopefully these guys are appreciating that their business is getting out there in front of so many people all the time, because that's really the one of the benefits, I think, of being in the program is that we'll promote you.
Yep.
You enter the most fish, you're going to get put on our social. So
When
pretty
you
cool.
say will, you mean Ashley, right?
Yeah. Ashley will. And she'll do a better job than I would do by a long
Yes.
shot. Good point. So yeah, look at these numbers for July. It's amazing. It didn't escape me that there was 420 red drum.
Good grief.
So yeah. So I think, what you're seeing, probably most of those spot tails are the result of a lot of our guides being active in the program, and they're mostly targeting red drum, but we'll take it. A lot of states, they don't really have a problem with the numbers of red drum, but we sure do. So the more releases we can get for red drum, get kind of people behind the concept of releasing them here, it's going to pay dividends for sure. So glad to see that. 29 flounder. I wonder, I don't know where they're all from, but it's good to see. And lots of trout. So yeah, pretty good for July.
I'd like to see that sheep's head number come up, grow a little bit. Adam and I are going to have to get out there and start catching some of those on the jetties. And
Yeah, I'm jonesing to go sheep's head fishing. My problem is that I can't get any bait, and that it's like if I'm going to go buy some, it's a half hour each way. So that's why I don't go. But I love the sheep's head fish. It's fun.
I don't catch them over 20 inches. So
Oh, really?
No.
Is it unusual in North Carolina?
No, it's usual. I'm just not a sheep's head fish.
Gotcha.
Still learning.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of structure in Charleston. So, there's a million places to go catch big ones that nobody ever fishes. Can you imagine how big they are underneath the Navy base where it's off limits? There's got to be some giants. Or even the port piers. Be cool to see. So here's our overall leaderboard. Cam Latane. I think it's Latane. I can never read these because it's on my screen. It's too small. Top angler with looks like 32-ish releases, and it looked like it took about 7 to get in the top 10. So pretty good. Cam, good job. And here's our trout in red drum. So the top one is like overall releases, but then we break it down by species. So Connor Wathen had the most trout, and it looks like it's 14. I think 14 trout entered this month. Took 3 to make the top 10. And Cam again had the most red drums. He had 30 drum released, and looks like it took 3 to make that top 10 as well. Flounder and Sheepshead, we had Eric with 3 in flounder release, and then had a whole bunch with just 1. And 5 Sheepshead released by Adrian. I think that's Adrian. And 2 and 1 were the other 2. So pretty good. Let's see. Oops, that took a second. South Carolina leading the country in releases. Again, that's probably what you're seeing is the efforts of our guides. But love to see it. You know, we're by far from having the most coastline in the country. So that makes me proud. I love to see it. Even got New Jersey on the board this month. And check out Louisiana, number 4. Nice. And there's our guides going to be leading the way by Fontaine, and then Captain Crumbs, number 3. Took looks like 4 releases to make the top 10. So a good month. Like, really pleased with those entries. I think it's just going to keep getting more and more and more as time goes by. So let's talk about our giveaways. So I'll turn it over to Kerry.
Well, I got the pleasure of going over to the warehouse. Met David over there because we switched warehouses over to David. And it's unbelievable how many shirts we have from Drum Spots. So everything you see, that every giveaway, David, we must have 1,000 shirts that Drum Spots gave us. 500 anyway, not exaggerating.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
So David and I, we bought another rack just so that we could organize those shirts because they're literally in boxes. And every time I give one away, David has to go dig in and find them. So we just got together and made this a little bit easier. But anyway, for the captain's giveaway, are we there yet? Is this the captain's?
This is, yeah.
Okay, so the Arctic Ice Cooler, I think every one of us, Scotty, did you buy one of those too last year at ICAST? Yeah, they're awesome. I've got 2 of the blue ones, and they're the XXLs, and I love them because I interchange them. So I go out one day and I got a cooler. If I fish the next day, I just take that one out, put it in the freezer, and put the next one in. And they keep your drinks and everything so nice and cool, and you don't have to buy ice, and you don't have to drain your cooler out. But they're great. Anyway, we've got the Arctic Ice XXL Green, Carolina First Mate, the Incognito Mosquito Spray. We've got Coastal Swim Baits. Got the swim bait sticker, Drum Spot Small, alphanumeric T-shirt, Military Heather.
Good one. So okay, let me.
That's $44 just for just for that ice. that Arctic ice is $44 retail. So
The guy that won last month, he got one of the blocks, and he was asking me if I wanted it. I said,
got one
no.
of the what?
He got the ice block,
Yeah.
and he was asking what I wanted out of the package, and I was like, I don't need anything out of it. And he's like, well, I got one of those ice blocks, but my wife said you can definitely not have that.
Yeah, those ones are great. Okay, so we had 222 client entries or guide entries with clients. Super strong. And we're going to give that away. 222. Okay, as usual, the third roll is going to be the winner. 53, 131. The winner is 122, which is Matthew Wallen, who was a
Gunny
client
B.
of Gunny B. Pretty awesome. So there you go. With the more you enter, the better chances of winning, right?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Scotty? Yeah, you broke up on me.
Matthew Wallen, he's the CCA for North Carolina.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's out of
Very
here,
cool.
New Bern.
That's awesome. All right, let's get on to the main draw. So here's
All
giveaway
right.
A.
This is the general giveaway A. We've got the Mayor of Tampa Bay Drum Spots green T-shirt. It's a $25 value. Pure Flats plastic baits. Greg, I'm coming after you because that's the last one that we gave out. So got a Mirror Paul Brown Prime Gancho cap, Prime Gancho koozie, and iStrike released over 20 3/16 3-pack.
Good package. Okay. All right, so in the main draw, we have 380 entries. 380. Oh, man, my computer's like slow today. All right, so third roll, 101,
We
179.
can't see your screen, Dave. Not
Oh.
not that it matters, but just
That's
FYI.
good. I'm gonna do it again. Okay.
Oh man,
Whoever that was is pissed. 250, 34, and the winner is 165. Thanks, Adam. You'd think after all these giveaways I'd have it down, but I don't.
yeah. So
All right. We got Robert Montana from Virginia with a 50-inch red drum.
whoa,
Nice. Wow.
wow.
I
Huge.
see a 51 1/4 there too.
That's got to be an old fish.
Yeah. Jacob Miller with a 51 1/4 inch.
Wow.
It's a big fish right there.
Yeah. And giant. Okay. And let's go back to here. And giveaway B.
Okay, giveaway B is a hook cap, $30 value, drum spots, XL blue, the Q8 artificial baits, Salt Strong Slam Shady, and then we've got a Topwater Company sample pack clips.
We're almost out of these Slam Shadies too. We probably need to hit those guys up again.
Okay,
Just by the by.
I'll make a note.
All right, let's give away this awesome package. So third roll, 261, 340. Winner is 216. 216, which is Levi Walters from Louisiana. Congrats, Levi. That was B. Yep, A, B, okay. Very cool. And then the last one.
Last one is giveaway C. This is actually a pretty good one here. There's a lot of items. The Marshwear Sun Mask. Got drum spots, small high-low tide T-shirt, military heather. Z-Man scented jerk shads, redfish toad. Slap a Fish decal. Got the Epoch battery drawstring bag. Got an AFTCO koozie. Bait binder catfish cubes. Actually, I think that bait binder catfish cubes were out of, and I just talked to David this last week, and he's going to get us some more. But then we have Z-Man Purple Death. So David,
and I threw in a couple other little leftovers we had.
We were out of the bait binder catfish cubes, so David threw a couple other somethings in.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And third roll will be the one. 237, 120, and the winner is 102. 102, which is Camden Medrano from Virginia. That's Medell's little son, I think,
Is it?
with a 22-inch red drum. Yeah. Very cool. Love to see that. Medell's top 3 on our all-time releases. And he's also one of our Eye Strike team members. And if you know Medell, you know he's always fishing at nighttime and catching giant trout up in Virginia.
Hey, David,
Yes,
at the end of that screen right there,
uh-huh.
there's a speckled trout. Is that 20.5 or 30.5? You see what I'm looking at?
Where is it?
Right. Oh, it's 20.5. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It looked like 30.5. And I was like, wow, that's a nice.
Yeah,
speckled
we've
trout.
had
There's 7.5.
We've had a 32 before entered.
Dang.
But yeah, so yeah, another good giveaway. We've got Virginia. Let's see, Virginia, Louisiana, and North Carolina. Virginia, no, 2 Virginias, Louisiana, and then in North Carolina was the guide. So pretty good. Well, any last words before we put a bow on this thing, guys?
We're only 38 minutes in. These things are getting better and better every
Yeah.
time. Getting more efficient. If you know what, if we could just keep Adam from talking, we could probably be out of here in 30 minutes.
Do you think we should add Bowfin to release over 20?
They've survived for billions of years. I don't think we need to
I
save
think
them,
they'll be
but
just fine.
I do too.
No, actually, though, that in all reality, the guys who I was talking to, they said like about 10 years ago, those lakes before they got kind of discovered, they said you could go and catch 100 in a day easy. They said it was stupid, and the numbers are down, and the fish are smarter. So, I mean, I think nothing's immune to pressure. You know what I mean? But
David, I've got bowfin back here in my creek, and they don't fight like the bowfin that you guys have. It's weird. They fight pretty hard until you get them to the bank or to the dock or whatever you're fishing from, and it's like they just give it up. But Adam was saying as soon as you put them in a net, they just start fighting.
oh yeah. So
But
that
not here.
Yeah, and I don't mean to dwell on Bowfin. Everyone's gonna like not follow us anymore. But in that tournament, man, it's like there's 3 phases to scoring a fish. First is just hooking them, which isn't. I mean, it's not like you're getting a ton of bites, So it's technical. It's just like trout fishing or something like that. And then getting them into the net is the second thing. And then the last thing is getting them on the measuring board, but as soon as they touch that net, they spaz out. And so that's definitely different than how they definitely don't lay over once you get into the bank.
Well, Adam was asking me what to expect because he knew I had bowfin back here. And I said, hey, I just expect them to fight hard. And then when they get to the boat, they're just going to lay on their side and you do whatever you want with them. And he said that wasn't the case at all. That's how it is here.
It's crazy how fast those things can do a 180. They see the net and they're gone. They turn around in a flash. anyway, everyone's like, screw it, I'm out of here. Well, keep the entries coming, and we'll be back early September to do the August giveaway, and we're already off to a pretty good start. So good to see you guys.
Hey, hang on before you hang up.
Yeah.
Kerry, I got a call from the guy Michael Carter from Caddy Can, and he went down to a show in Dallas, some big fishing show down in Dallas, and while he was down there, they stole his truck.
What?
Really?
They stole his truck at the show. They stole his truck at the hotel, which was right down from the show.
Oh my God!
The guy we was talking to, so he said he's definitely going to catch back up with us, but right now he's in the midst of trying to get his trailer home from. He had to drop it off, and they gave him a little rental car, a little rental truck, and he couldn't only tow his trailer, so he had to drop it off to his buddy in Lafayette, Louisiana. Now he's looking for a new truck, and he lives down by Miami. So he's got to come all the way back to Lafayette to pick his trailer up. But he said, yeah, they stole his. Luckily, his Caddy Can trailer was at the show and not connected to his truck. Or he said that it got it too. So
wow.
Sorry to hear that.
He definitely said he's still interested, but he's kind of in a bind right now.
Sure. We'll catch up to him.
Yeah. He said he would reach back out. Matter of fact, he's coming to the Biloxi Boat Show, I think, in February. So I'll get to meet him personally. Oh, he said he may, when he comes back to go to Lafayette, he may stop by. So we'll see.
Well, tell him we're sorry to hear that. And
yeah, I will. I'll pass that along.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night, okay?
All right, guys. See y'all.
Congrats to the winners.
Good night.